Hey there, team. Amanda here, Chief Imagination Officer at Imagine8, taking 5 minutes to introduce you to the culture stack. Let me put this to you. What if your culture wasn't just something that you talked about and you wanted to improve and you wanted systems and processes for? What if it was something that your team could learn, they could feel, and they could scale? Let me show you how we make that happen in organizations just like yours. In this short video, I'll walk you through what we love to call the culture stack. This is our framework, our proven and proprietary framework for turning onboarding, SOPs, your knowledge management system, and leadership into a living, breathing system that drives performance and culture every single day within your organization. If you're a growing business struggling to scale your people systems, or you just haven't got your SOPs, knowledge management, and onboarding right, this one I have made just for you. Now, the culture stack is built on 3 critical experience pillars that you'll see here. So we've got leadership, we've got team, and we've got operations. Around them, we've mapped 3 core capabilities that fuel real culture change. Now, we've got team experience here, which is your onboarding and your initiation. We've also got organizational intelligence. That's your SOPs and your knowledge management. And over here on the right, we've got leadership experience, which is ongoing development and culture. Now, these all work together to create a company where knowledge flows, our people grow, and our culture scales. Now, chances are you've come to me because you have a very specific problem in one of these 3 that you really need to solve. And let me explain how they're all interconnected and why we need to we might not solve all of them all at once, but we need to be conscious of all of them so that we can have them working together and solve some of the other issues. They tend to create a bit of a domino effect in the organization. And as I explain this, I'm sure this will all start to become very, very clear. Now, side 1, team experience, holding up the bottom of our triangle there. The focus is onboarding and initiation. This is where culture begins. So our goal is to help you turn messy, ad hoc onboarding into an experience that builds belonging. So I belong in the organization, capability, and also clarity from day one. So on that point, role clarity. So everyone knows why they're here and what they're here to do. Learning management systems. So training that's accessible, engaging, and trackable. And finally, that tribal knowledge transfer. We'll pull the gold from your team's heads and turn it into scalable training that actually sticks. And from an onboarding perspective, that's the thing. We see organizations time and time again, they're constantly having team members having to repeat onboarding instead of capturing it and putting into one of these learning management systems. And the other thing that we see that's really common, there's lack of that role clarity. So people aren't really clear on who they are or what role they have to play in the organization and what they should be doing. So our goal here with the team experience side is to transform those new hires into confident, culture aligned contributors and fast. And also it could be around as well, getting those existing team members up to speed as well. Now over here, side number 2, we've got organizational intelligence. So the focus there is your SOPs and your knowledge management. This is your operational brain. So our goal is to extract, systemize, and centralize the way your business runs. Knowledge isn't lost and performance doesn't depend on memory, because as we know, if one of our key members of the team suddenly disappears, we've got a massive, massive problem. So the key elements here, process extraction. So we get the details out of people's heads and into systems. We've got searchable SOPs. So people are able to log in, get clear step-by-step guides that everyone can find and everyone can follow. And finally, we've got tagging, version control, and access. So that's future-ready documentation that grows with your team and grows with your organization. So here, we're all about reducing that rework, confusion, and dependence on your go-to people in the organization. Now we move to side 3, which is leadership experience. Now this is all about ongoing development and culture. This is where that momentum lives. So we build capability, consistency, and also coaching and mentoring into your leadership layer. So culture doesn't just show up, it's being modeled on a daily basis. So you'll see here, we've got leadership upskilling. So that's all about practical tools and support for your leaders and your managers in the organization. We've got behavioral training. That's all about turning values into visible actions. So things that people can see, things that people can do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And then we've got our peer learning systems. Now, this is all about creating a culture of growth, feedback, and that shared wisdom. Now, this side ensures that leaders are not just managing people, managing things. They are leading the people and the culture of the organization. Now, why does all that matter, Amanda? Great question. When these three things are working together and we've got them singing along, we don't just have better training, tighter systems, tighter processes. You've got a culture, you've got a DNA that scales. You're creating clarity, you're reducing chaos, we're growing leaders that will build the organization into the future. And we're also building belief, because when we've got all of this in play, we know exactly what we should be doing, when we should be doing it to get the outcomes that the organization really wants to achieve. And hey, your culture is your DNA. Your culture is your business's operating system. So what I'd love to do is to work with you to get it out of your head and into the heads of your people so that you can see real change and real growth in your organization. And that team is the Culture Stack. Thanks for tuning in.